Documents expose how ex-Vice President Atiku used wife to launder $40 million to US for 8 years. A report on how former Vice President Atiku'S was the subject of a probe 11 years ago by the United States Senate Committee on Homeland Security and Government Affairs, chaired by Senator Carl Levin, has been obtained by Sahara reporters. The report detailed how Atiku, as Vice President of Nigeria, used offshore companies to siphon millions of dollars between 2000 and 2008 to his fourth wife in the United States, Jennifer ong Abubakar. Jennifer, originally an indigene of Onitsha, Anambra State, and a Nigerian television authority news correspondent in the 1980s, later moved to and became a citizen of the U.S. According to reports submitted to the U.S. Senate by the committee on February 10, 2010, the illegally transferred money made Atiku an employer of labor and a proud owner of American University of Nigeria, a school whose tuition fees are more than 99% of Nigerian students can't afford. Sahara reporters gathered that the PDP chieftain established AUN at a time when public universities were collapsing under him and Obasanjo, and poor Nigerian students were languishing at home due to strike action by lecturers over poor funding. President George Bush had in 2004 barred Atiku and other corrupt, politically exposed persons from being issued visas to the U.S. The U.S. Senate probe indicting the former Nigerian president was motivated by U.S. government concern about corruption in the Third World and its corrosive effects on the development of honest government, democratic principles, and the rule of law. The report partly reads from 2000 to 2008, Jennifer Douglas, a U.S. citizen and the fourth wife of Atiku Abubakar, former vice president and former candidate of the president of Nigeria, helped her husband bring over $40 million in suspect funds to the United States through wire transfers sent by offshore corporations to U.S. bank accounts. In 2008, civil complaint, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission alleged that Ms. Douglas received over $2 million in bribe payments in 2001 and two from Siemens AG, a major German corporation. While Ms. Douglas denies wrongdoing, Siemens has already pleaded guilty to U.S. criminal charges and settled civil charges related to bribery, and told the subcommittee that it sent the payments to one of her U.S. accounts. In 2007, Mr. Atiku was the subject of corruption allegations in Nigeria related to the Petroleum Technology Development Fund. Of the $40 million in suspected funds, $25 million was wire transferred by offshore corporations into more than 30 U.S. banks opened by Ms. Douglas, primarily by Guernsey Trust Company Nigeria Limited, Let's Go Limited Incorporation, and Sima Holding Limited. The U.S. banks maintaining those accounts were at times unaware of her PEP status, and they allowed multiple large offshore wire transfers into her accounts. As each bank began to question the offshore wire transfers, Ms. Douglas indicated that all of the funds came from her husband and professed little familiarity with the offshore corporations actually sending her money. When one bank closed her account due to offshore wire transfer, her lawyer helped convince the other banks to provide a new account. In addition, two of the offshore corporations wire transferred about $14 million over 5 years to American University in Washington, D.C. to pay for consulting services related to the development of a Nigerian university founded by Mr. Atiku Abubakar. American University accepted the wire transfers without asking about the identity of the offshore corporations or the source of their funds, because under current law, the university had no legal obligation to inquire. Combating corruption is a key U.S. value and goal due to its corrosive effects on the rule of law, economic development, and democratic principles. In 2001, the Patriot Act made the acceptance of foreign corruption proceeds a U.S. money laundering offense for the first time and required banks to apply enhanced scrutiny to private banking accounts opened for senior foreign political figures, their relatives, and close associates. Wow. Okay. Cool. I mean, what is gonna happen now? Because really and truly, except the US wants to take this on as a proper case and wants to hold them responsible. If that's not gonna happen, then I don't think they'll be held responsible in Nigeria as well. Of course, it's not surprising, I guess, as things like this go on, is the intensity. So now $40 million over the course of what, 8 years. Now look, it could be more for some other politicians, and this could be a little thing. So I guess what Nigerians can only be is shocked by the gravity of the crime, but the crime itself is not something that it would be shocking anymore. Someone says, that is why you see them fighting for one Nigeria, so that the looting will continue. Political criminals that they are. That unity they cry about every day is for them to continue terrorism, looting, and killing of innocent citizens. Yeah, because they know the country should disintegrate, the oil mono economy that Nigeria is surviving under would not be under their control, so they'd be at a disadvantage, I guess. Somebody here says, even corruption is leading Buhari in his fight against corruption. One Nigeria, my foot, make yourself super rich and throw your people in the street for begging. May God help us divide this country himself peacefully. Atiku has attained political menopause, exposed his entire family. We do not care. After they will say Yahoo boys are thieves, it is not one person that carries the entire citizens' money, so so he can take that to enrich himself and his family, but he'll be judged. Somebody here says, these old folks aren't worthy of our support. Their DNA is corruption. No matter how they call for change, their DNA will not stop calling them. Youth, we move. Anybody that has held any political office before should not be voted for or allowed to take power in political office in Nigeria come 2023. Absolutely. I even think, let's make it worse, if you have been seen to be associated with APC or PDP, or you want to go for a position under their platform, yes, you will not be voted for, and you will probably be named and shamed. And yeah, I think that is a fair point, a fair way. Somebody here says, tales for the sick and rudderless minds. This story is as old as the First Republic. Election time, story time. Somebody here says, our future president, this is the only thing they are known for. Our future president, let's not include us inside. So this is the person that will become president. He will be worse than Buhari. Absolutely, 100%. Yeah, that's it. Put what you think, and don't forget to like and subscribe.